Jazz Cartier came about, I think when I was like 14. That was like my first and ever only rap name. Everyone always called me Jazz, even in school. Like my name on like the roll call would be Jazz. I think it stemmed from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Jazzy Jeff. My mom had a lot of Cartier jewelry, and then Cartier just fit my personality. My mom would always tell me that when I was like 1, I'd only rock with Snoop Dogg and his Doggy Style album, and I would like demand for that to come on. But she had like everything from like Tribe, Black Sheep, Busta Rhymes, Eric B. and Rakim, Ludacris, Jaquan, Jibbs, Mibbs, Lil Wayne, Juvenile, Kenny G. So I got into like the fundamentals of hip hop first. Like even like when I was back home, I just like bump Trick Daddy heavy, Trina heavy. It's crazy to me because like I'm out here doing music, you know? It's like I never really thought that like it would take me this far. My guy, Fourth Pyramid, he's a homie. Like backstage, me and Fourth are pretty turned, so it's kind of like a blur. I just grew up in a very big Jamaican household. So many cousins, you lose count, aunties, uncles. I was very fortunate to live in like all these crazy places. Go to like 13 schools. Over time, being like the new kid 13 times, obviously I hated it at first, but like I developed like a knack with how to like get along with people. I think the biggest thing that I took was just like experiencing every walk of life. I was like 13 when I started taking things seriously. I would tell people that I rapped here and there, but I never like rapped in front of anybody. Because even back then I had a pretty gnarly speech impediment. But then I think 9th grade, one of the guys, he heard I rapped from my previous school that I went to. And 3 of them came to my room, told me to come over to their dorm. And I walk in the room and they just have like beats on loop, on loop, on loop, and everyone's rapping. Mind you, I've never freestyled in front of anybody before ever in my life. So everyone's like, this is a new kid. I literally closed my eyes. But then we had like 2 all-girls schools around us, and I had a line where I incorporated like the names of both schools. Everyone in the room just went crazy. I graduated in 2012. I was supposed to go to school in Chicago. I opted out last minute. That's when my life changed. I was like staying in like a basement with no windows and got myself into like a lot of trouble. I was, dealing, partying a lot constantly. Then I was like, I'm gonna exhaust myself. I started to realize a lot of stuff about myself. That's when I started to have a lot more personal stories to bring to the music. If you're somewhat poppin' and you haven't done a show yet, your first show is at this venue called Mod Club, and that's when you determine whether or not things are actually real. I had my first show at Mod Club, and we sold it out in a day. So we moved venues to a bigger venue called the Phoenix, and the Phoenix sold out the next day as well. That's when I knew that things were real. It feels super good just to know like as much as I'm in love with my city, that this city's in love with me and like they're rooting for me, I just feel like I owe a lot to Toronto for like shaping me to like be who I am. When people ask me like, what do you do? Like, yeah, I'm an artist, but like, I rap. I have more to prove, because like I'm going in these venues knowing that like many people may not know who I am. Everywhere I go, I feel bad for who's headlining after me. I'm not out here to break even and be mediocre, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be phenomenal. I'm trying to be a legend.